Welcome back to yet another video by Mr. Recapper. Today we have brought a 1984 thriller hit, Conan the Destroyer. In this movie, Conan leads a group of adventurers on a quest for a princess. So, before pursuing our main plot, consider subscribing to our channel, and with the last spoiler warning. Let's get this video started. The movie begins with Conan praying to his god while his friend Malik plays with the jewels they just stole from some merchants. Soon, we see a group of horse riders wearing masks attacks them. At first, the scene depicts as if they are the same merchants who had been looted, but after a fight full of the 80s actions, the merchant's leader stops the battle, and it turns out that they are not merchants after all. She is the Queen Taramis of Shadizar. She asks about his desires, and with some magic, he sees his love, Valeria. Queen Taramis trades Valeria's life with a dangerous yet adventurous task, and thus the journey begins. Upon reaching Shadizar, Taramis explains the writing of Skylo's book, and according to that, a woman-child born with a certain mark must make a perilous journey to wake up the god, and her niece Jenna has such a mark. He has been chosen to accompany Jenna, because she must find a key also known as the Heart of Ahriman, and a jeweled horn in a castle guarded by Tathamon's wizard. While they were conversing, Jenna screamed from a nightmare. After consoling her, Taramis orders her guard, Bombeta, to protect her and her virginity at all costs, so that she can be sacrificed in front of God when the time comes. She also advises him to kill Conan when the jeweled horn is procured. The trio is set for a journey on their horses the following day. And before getting to our main plot, let us make some memories along the way. Jenna asks Bombeta about Conan. Is he handsome? Bombeta responds to judge for herself, upon which she replies that she had not seen any man, except Bombeta, so how can she judge a man of being worthy for her? After a while, Conan opposes Jenna's lead and chooses a different path to find his wizard friend Akiro. Upon reaching, they see some cannibals preparing Akiro for their lunch. Conan rescues him, and accompanies him too for his adventure. Ascending to the adventure, they advance through a slave market, where they see Zula tied up and fighting for her life. Conan rescued her and left while she fought against the men and also managed to flee from the market. Conan and his crew are advancing to their adventure, but soon Zula arrives, and after a pretty good fight with Bombeta, she proves herself worthy of Conan's squad, and thus they all continue their journey to the main plot. Upon reaching a castle in nowhere, Conan disapproves of Jenna's idea to pursue their journey any further, and instead, he suggests rest for a night. Conversely, Tathamon is watching them, and at night when they all are sleeping, he kidnaps Jenna by transforming himself into a dust bird. In the very next morning, Akiro notices that Jenna is missing. He informs everyone, and together they start finding her. Akiro does magic and tells them that Tathamon has taken her. They ship towards the castle, and upon reaching the castle, they ascend some weird stairs that seem long-lasting. On the other hand, Tathamon hides behind the mirrors. When they get to Toth's room, Conan gets trapped, and Toth hallucinates Conan with his magic. During their fight, he gets beaten by Toth until he suddenly wields a sword on mirrors, which wounds him enough that Conan gets time to kill him. After killing the wizard, Jenna successfully acquires the Heart of Ahriman, but the whole castle starts falling as she picks the jewel. Luckily, they narrowly escape the disaster on time. Now it's time for another adventure, that is acquiring the jeweled horn. As they are setting for the next destination, Queen's soldiers kidnap Jenna and try to kill Conan. But little did they know that this bulkman has got enough potential to kill everyone with one bare hand. Bombeta also attacks him, but thanks to Jenna, he restrains and excuses that he thinks Conan is going to harm Jenna. After a night full of intoxication, little flirt, training and pounding, they start their journey again, and at last, they arrive at the castle where the jeweled horn is said to be found. As they were going towards nowhere, Zula screamed. "Oh, it's a mouse." Never mind. Conan and Bombeta open a door, and inside, Akiro reads a maxim of this ritual, and he finds out that this ritual will bring nothing else but destruction to this world. He tries to stop Jenna, but it is too late, as she has placed the heart of Ahira, and goes to the dragon's mouth through the fire and acquires the jeweled horn. After that, Conan and Jenna decide to go back to Shadizar, but at the gates, they confront Grand Vizier, the wizard. He wants to take the jeweled horn for their god, however. Akiro asks him whether he knows this ritual will only cause destruction, but he says he can control Dagoth. Soon a fight begins, and they rush back to the crypt except for Conan and Bombeta. After quite a struggle, Conan enters the crypt too, and they flee from the tunnel at the back of the dragon. Jenna and Bombeta are the first ones to escape from the tunnel, and Bombeta tore the rocks so that Conan could not follow them. Despite Jenna's reluctance, Bombeta takes her back to Shadizar. Conversely, Conan successfully exited the tunnel and acknowledged that Queen Taramis's promise was nothing but a lie. So Conan and his crew are now focused on saving Jenna's life. Upon reaching Shadizar, Conan asks if there's another way to enter the premises, upon which Malik says that his cousin's sister's brother has dug a tunnel beneath a waterfall. From there, they can access the state. Conversely, Taramis starts the ritual, in which Jinnah is placing the horn back at the Dagatha's forehead. After placing the horn, Vizier tells Taramis to sacrifice Jinnah as soon as Dagath gets his life around so that they can control him. Conan and his crew sneak into the castle and start massacring the soldiers until he confronts Bombeta. Conan advises his crew to save Jinnah, while Jinnah is going to get sacrificed by Vizier, but at the very last moment, Zula kills him by throwing his weapon, which turns Dagath to go absurd because Jinnah was not sacrificed on time. Queen Taramis tries to kill Jinnah herself, but Conan arrives on the scene shortly after killing Bombeta. He pushes her in front of Dagath and Dagath, a ruthless and mad god, kills her with the same throne she had desired for her whole life. He then fights with Dagath and gets beaten until Akira tells him that his life is in his horn. After hearing this, he jumps over Dagath and ruthlessly tears his horn. The movie's ending happens to be very probable yet satisfying. Jinnah becomes the new queen of Shadizar and gives everyone landlordism to help her rule. She asks Conan to rule with her as a king, but he refuses by saying that he would prefer his own kingdom, and thus he departs, leaving everything and everyone behind. After the ending, a narrator says that Conan pursues even more adventures in distant lands and finds his own kingdom, but that is another story, and before we bring the sequel, you have to tell us how you like this film. Share your thoughts in the comments section below.